the week before that, we went to the open fire meetup.
Man, what a fun time that was. Tyler went with us on that one.
Mm-hmm.
In Hondo, Texas.
Yes, it was. Man, if you want to go to a barbecue event, that's the one to go to.
Yeah.
Because they've kind of flipped the script on what barbecue competitions are doing now, where they're not really for public. You know, sometimes they incorporate a little People's Choice or something, but there's really nothing to do if you go in as a spectator, so walk around and watch everybody else cook stuff.
And the
teams, you don't get to try it.
And teams at traditional barbecue contests don't have any incentive to interact with the crowd
really
or feed the crowd or pass out samples. So
this contest was all about social media, putting eyeballs and showing people what you're cooking and letting them taste the food. I think the way it worked was if you bought a ticket to this event, you got a token. You only got one, and you had to give it to one of the teams out there that you thought deserved it. So every team was vying for those tokens.
And they were doing shows. They were singing. They were passing out food.
It was hype. I mean, there was demos. There's people giving out tons of food, and there's just all kinds of other stuff going on too. Like, we did like panel discussions. I think there were several of those where you could go sit down and listen to some people talk about the barbecue industry or branding and stuff like that.
Well, Friday was kind of the influencer day. Like, it wasn't open to the public.
Yes.
It was an invite only, people who owned restaurants, and just kind of who's who in the barbecue industry.
Mm-hmm. From all over the world.
From all over the world. It was pretty cool. We got to see Ernest Cervantes.
Yeah.
Burnt Bean Barbecue.
I want to go to his restaurant so bad. Like, I'm going back over there just to go to his restaurant.
Him and John Bates from Interstellar Barbecue did a panel that was very interesting.
Very insightful.
Yeah.
On their journey, what they've done and what they've grown it to. It's amazing.
And you did a panel with Jess Prowls, Cosmo, and Heath Prowls.
Yep. We kind of talked about building a barbecue brand. That was kind of the whole talk. And basically we fielded questions, panel style. The moderator would ask us each a question and we'd answer it and the crowd could interact. And it was really cool. Lasted about an hour, I think.
And then Saturday we went, and that was the public.
It was get back out there early and do a full day. I was judging along with Heath and Meet Mitch.
Y'all were the finals judges.
I walked around. Yeah, we were the finals judges. So we got to judge the best 5 teams out there that day. And so we walked around and did some videoing and met people and talked and saw all this stuff. But I really didn't try too much during the day because I didn't want them to think they were getting some kind of competitive advantage by showing me what they were cooking and let me try it before the judging. But 2, I didn't want to ruin my appetite because, if you eat all day, you're not going to give them a fair shake at the end. I mean, I still had a few bites of stuff. Like I tried some Oryx for the first time.
I was going to say we tried Oryx.
Yeah, that was different. They had the whole animal broke down and over the way they did this is live fire cooking. So most of the teams, they weren't using traditional smokers and
I don't think you could.
Stuff like that. So, I mean, I saw a few out there, but I think they wanted you to do open live fire cooking right there on site. So, I mean, they would build these big fire pits and they had all this like metal made into frames where they could hang meat on it. It could drip over the coals. And that was what was so cool to me, seeing all the different, contraptions that they came up with to cook all this food. And it was cool. Like that one had a whole Oryx. Like it broke down, even had the head still on there so you could see what kind of animal it was. I just walked by and I was checking that out. And I was like, that is awesome. The guy said, you want to try Oryx? And I said, heck yeah, I got to try this one. I don't know if y'all turned it in, but I'm trying that. But there were gators hanging up. They did a full steer. Like, did y'all see the full steer?
Yeah.
I think Tyler got it on video. I mean, they had it like iron cross type situation, but you can imagine having to wire that steer up to it and then just cooking it over live coals and basting it the whole time. And they were just cutting pieces off of it. Handing it to people, making tacos with it. And I was like, how cool is that?
We stopped by Married to Barbecues tent, and
they did skirt steak.
It was like a tostada kind of
crostini.
Crostini, yeah. It was really
good. She had Girl Got Grill and Catherine there, helping her, and they had a whole team. I mean, that was what's cool about this. This was a whole team effort. You didn't see just one person trying to do it all. Because the whole time you're trying to get the crowd up and you're trying to hype them up and to get them to taste your food and then get them to vote for you. So
you judged the final 5.
I did. And I was glad to see that it was just all over the place.
There was a Canadian team. There was an American team. There was Guatemalan,
German, and Uruguay. That was the last one.
Yep.
So, I mean, that was a great representation of the people that were there, having pretty much 5 different countries in it.
Yeah.
I will say this, that rib it was like Mark Leonard, Boys Night Out, and the other guys on their team, they cooked. It was a fantastic rib. It was an enchilada rib. It was so good. The other team, I don't know which team. I think the Guatemalan team won. It was like a pork belly type fresh salsa. I don't remember exactly what all they did. It was just the flavors were incredible. But, I mean, that rib was hard to beat, too. I had Moose was one of the finals. The Canadian team did like
they
a
did
moose poutine with beef tallow fries, moose that they had smuggled from Canada, I guess.
Is that the first time you've had moose?
That's the first time I ever had moose. And it was good. It was really good. It's like a gravy over it, cheese curds they brought down, sprinkled tomato chip crumbs over the top. They said that's the thing in Canada, tomato chips. I never heard of them. It's like ketchup chips, like think of Lay's potato chips, ketchup flavored. And so that was interesting. The German team just did whole pigs on crosses, and they just gave you a tasting of the pig. And it wasn't anything fancy. It was just like pig and salt, over fire.
So when you said a tasting of the pig, were they like
you got some shoulder, some ham, some loin, some belly. The belly was really good. And then I'm trying to.
The German team, when they sat down,
they had these big beer steins, like you see at Oktoberfest.
Yes.
The big ones,
like this big stand.
Yeah, full of beer, just sitting there, and it's hot. And I'm looking at that beer, and I'm walking around eating all this greasy meat. It's delicious. And then
he said it was ice cold too.
Ice cold beer. And then when we sat down, he left the little room and he topped it off, and it made the little frosty head on it. And they said, I heard them say something about you're not supposed to, if they give you drinks, you're not really supposed to drink on or whatever. I could not help myself. I said, I'm going to try to drink that. They were just looking at me. Everybody was. And finally somebody said, you got to stop. I was like, I was going to kill it. Why not?
Zigzag.
That's it. But it was good. And I'm trying to think of what the Uruguay team did a traditional sandwich. And when they brought us in,
I don't know.
There was a language barrier there.
That.
There was a little language barrier there. The guy was trying to describe it, and he had a translator standing there. Which, we got the gist of it. We walked over to this fire pit, and it had ribeye steak. Then it had bacon. Then it had eggs. And he went to putting all this, like he split up in some kind of roll, put mayo on it, and then he dressed it with, I think it was lettuce and tomato. This was like typical. And then pickles, I think, was one that they said that they always put on it, and it was delicious. The egg was still runny, so when he sliced it, you got a piece of it. It didn't look like, after you slice it, you can imagine what this looks like. The presentation wasn't the best, but the taste of it was awesome. It's like I could eat this whole thing after I drank that whole beer. That would have went.
The day before SMP,
yes,
they were cooking
tacos.
It was some sort of taco. I forgot what it was.
Carne asada.
Yeah. And they had like a little, where you could top your taco, but they had some jalapeno chili crackling. And I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it was like crispy jalapenos.
It's kind of crispy, but not like deep fried.
Yeah.
Almost like sun-dried tomato, dehydrated style.
Yeah, but it
was like the
cracky
essence of, but it wasn't like super hot. But man, it gave it good texture on a taco. And they sell those.
Oh,
you found them at that Central Market online?
I've already ordered them.
Yeah, but if anybody can go on there and they'll ship them to them. But y'all got to try those. Those are definitely worth trying.
They added a crunch to your taco and a flavor. I loved it.
Yes.
The event was pretty much done.
Yeah.
Everybody left.
It's really a one-day public event.
Yeah.
It's a 2 or 3 day private event. Like if you're competing, I think you show up on Thursday, and then Friday's kind of like content creator, social media day, where there's different stuff. That's where a lot of the panels were and things like that.
I talked to Big K Cook.
K. He was on the Yoder team, I think.
Mm-hmm. Him and
Leslie.
Yeah. Cooking with Bae.
With Bae.
Anyway, I asked him, I was like, have y'all been passing out a lot of food? And he was like, yeah, last year, I think he said they passed out 500 boats. He said the day wasn't even over. And he said, we've already passed out like 2,000 boats or something.
I would have guessed. I think they sold 2,500 tickets. Isn't that what it was, Tyler?
Yeah.
Is that the number you heard? But then they sold like another 500 or 600 just VIP ticket, which got you in another little special area. Man, that ham they had in that little VIP area where we got to hang out.
The Campo Grande.
Yeah, was that what it was called? Campo Grande ham? It was like an Iberico leg ham, and the guy would just slice it off super thin right there, and it was warm outside, so it started. The juices got to flow, and it got a little shiny from the grease coming out of it. Man, it melted in your mouth. It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
I got a sample to bring back.
It's in the pantry.
Yeah, I saw that. So next time we do charcuterie board, that's going on it.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
It's kind of like the ones they sell at Costco.
Yeah, I want to try one of those now. Aren't those like $500 or $600?
I don't think they're that much.
It is the most expensive thing that Costco sells.
Oh,
well, I mean, surely they got a TV because, man, that must be thousands of dollars.
Why? Oh, food. I'm sorry.
Oh,
food.
most
Okay.
expensive food.
Sorry.
I was fixing to say they
Right.
sell
That's still like several.
Lawn
you
furniture.
could buy a whole prime
$6.49.
$649.
They have a cheaper one.
That's a good Christmas gift. That's
Uh-huh.
the gift that keeps on giving. Eat that whole leg of ham all year.
They do have one that's a little over $100. It's like $120.
That's the starter ham.
Yeah, this is a baby.
Yeah.
But then $650 is the Berico.
You got to go at Berico if you're going to do it.